Hey, it's Ryan with S&B. We're going to be doing an install today on our hot side intercooler pipe for the 23 and up high output Powerstroke. So the pipe itself is extremely similar to the non-high output trucks, but they added a sensor right here on the hot side pipe. So we have a provision for it to thread into ours, and then a little area for this wire harness to snap into. So everything else, the pipe itself, the shape, everything's identical to the non-high output trucks, but you need to make sure you get the high output part number so that the sensor can thread in. So we're going to start by removing the factory one. Super fast to get it out of here. We'll just be using a flathead screwdriver. There's going to be one hose clamp on the intercooler side right here. And then we'll go into the turbo next. And with the flathead screwdriver, there's this retainer clip, and we're just going to pry out on both the right side here, and I'll show you once it clicks. I'll just pull it out all the way. So it's up and over. Okay, so it's out all the way around now, and you can see both of them are above the collar, and then this one's loose. And so we'll go ahead and start pulling on this thing. And before we rip it out of here, let's slide back on this white locking tab, loosen that, and then we can wiggle the Christmas tree rivet out of here. If you have a panel popper, that works too, but this one's pretty loose. So we're gonna come off the turbo side, and then I might need to loosen up a little bit more on our intercooler side here. And we'll pull it from the intercooler side out first, and we're out. I'm going to use a 15mm wrench now, and the sensor isn't very tight, so we'll get that removed. Set that aside, and go ahead and thread the sensor into the S&B pipe here. Should go right in. And then we don't need to torque this like crazy, or else we'll break the sensor. It's all plastic, so just we'll snug it up. There's an O-ring seal on there. So now the pipe's prepared. We're going to go ahead and get a little oil on our O-ring here that we will be installing into the pipe. So I'm just going to dunk this in some motor oil here. Set that aside. And then lubricate this O-ring and just stretch it out a little bit. And that's going to help us get it into the groove. There's an O-ring groove inside this flange here. Now, I'm going to dry my hands real quick, and we'll continue. So we provide a new locking clip. There's a small side and then two larger cuts. The angle should go in the larger cuts. The small one goes in that one. And then we provide a plastic adapter, and this is going to help if you ever need to remove the pipe. So these slide over the feet. And then if you ever needed to remove the pipe, this will help lock it in the out position. So you can do that and then just press up, and the pipe will come right off. And then it clicks back down. So with all of that done, set this aside for a second. We're going to slide our two T-bolt clamps, a lot stronger than those factory just worm drive hose clamps, and install our coupler on the intercooler here. Important to do this before we put the pipe on. There's an order of operations to this that make it real easy. So we've got the coupler on first. Now we're going to loosely install the pipe over the turbo, but not actually click the pipe in. And then I can start working the coupler onto the intercooler pipe itself. And I just take a flathead for this last piece, and it will fall right into place. We'll rotate it over a little bit. And then we're good to go onto the turbo now. And we can feel it click and give it a little pull test to make sure. It is completely seated now on the turbo. And then we are good to slide our T-bolts and start tightening these down. So we're going to use an 11 millimeter now. I have a 1/2 inch drive socket just because my 1/2 inch 11's deeper and will let me tighten these all the way down, but you don't really need a ratchet this big. So we'll get these tightened down by hand first, and then we'll come back through and torque them shortly. Both these T-bolts are going to get torqued to 75 inch-pounds. So I've got that done. Now we're going to go ahead and plug our Christmas tree back in, connect our sensor, and just like that, our install is completely done here. So got the hot side in all the way. Just make sure, one more time again, that give it a pull. Make sure it doesn't come off the turbo, or else you're going to figure that out quickly once you start driving and make any boost. Yeah, super fast install. Let us know if you have any questions. Thank you.